Hey, folks. All right, just wanted to take a few minutes there and vamp while some folks got logged in. Just going to start out tonight with a tune that I don't think I've ever played at one of my shows here, but I liked it a lot. It's a 1996 piece by a guy who's sort of a one-hit wonder named Duncan Sheik. I just put a song tutorial masterclass up for it. This is called Barely Breathing. Well, I know what you're doing, see it all too clear. I only taste the saline when I kiss away your tears. You really had me going, wishing on a star. The black holes that surround you are heavier by far. I believed in your confusion, so completely torn. Must have been that yesterday was the day that I was born. There's not much to examine, there's nothing left to hide. You really can't be serious if you have to ask me why. I say goodbye. I am barely breathing, 'cause I am fine the air. Don't know who I'm kidding, imagining you care. I could stand here waiting, fool for another day. But I don't suppose that the worth the price, that the worth the price that I would pay. Everyone keeps asking, what's it all about? I used to be so certain, now I can't figure out. What is this attraction? I only feel the pain, nothing left to reason, and only you to blame. Will it ever change? I am barely breathing, I can't find the air. Don't know who I'm kidding, imagining you'd care. I could stand here waiting, a fool for another day. Well, I don't suppose it's worth the price that I would pay. Well, I'm thinking it over anyway. I'm thinking it over anyway. Come to find a man never know. Changing mind is a friend or foe. I rise above, I sink below. With every time you come and go, please don't come and go. 'Cause I am barely breathing, I can't find the air. Don't know who I'm kidding, imagining you care. I could stand here waiting, a fool for another day. But I don't suppose it's worth the price that I would pay. But I'm thinking it over anyway. I'm thinking it over anyway. No, I know what you're doing. See it all too clear. Hey, everybody. Hi, Thomas. Yeah, I'll put these in the queue for when I get to some requests in a little bit. Hi, Anthony. Thanks for joining. I still have not heard that one. I'm sorry. I've been sick and then super busy catching up after everything. So I apologize, Anthony. Hi, Ruth. Yeah, you know, that does kind of have a... Let me think here. Is it feeling better? Da-da-da-da-da. One love, one life, one with the night. I don't know the words, but we're not the same. I love that song. That's one I should probably do like a show about the songwriting prowess of The Edge and Bono together. Anyway, thanks for being here, Ruth. Good to have you. Mandy Meyer. Hey, partner, just have to let you know of something I found out this weekend. You know how much we both love John Denver's Calypso. Well, our good friend is a drummer that happened to be in the studio in Colorado and played the deck bell on the song and gets a royalty check every month for it. Nice. Amazing. And I had to tell you, hope all's well with you. We're getting geared up for Jazz Fest the next 2 weekends, sounding great. Once again, I am hunting for someone to play with around here. Oh, Mandy, thank you. Mandy and I did some shows together. She's a great vocalist. We did some shows together in Mesquite, Nevada at the Eureka Casino. So... And her husband's one hell of a chef, Scott. They're living the life. They're living the dream down in New Orleans now. All right. If you haven't yet, please drop a comment in the box. Say hello. Maybe let me know where you're watching from. I'm going to do a little feature here for about maybe 20, 30 minutes, and then I'm going to take some requests after that. So if you have some things you'd like to hear, definitely let me know, and we'll try to put them in the queue here. I might do this U2 song later when we get to the request area. I'm going to put that in the queue, Ruth. Hey, not so polished. Hello from Australia, joining us in the early morning. G'day, mate. Good to have you with us. Thank you so much. So, what I wanted to do today for my feature, for my songwriter feature, because those of you who are not familiar with these Wednesday shows, they're a little bit different than my Sunday shows. My Sunday shows are nothing but requests. We just show up, what's everybody want to hear, and it's kind of like being at a piano bar. And I play anything and everything that I know that people have asked for. We throw some of that in toward the end of this, but on Wednesdays, what I wanted to do, I am a nut for great songwriting. That's really what my passion is more than anything else, is just great songs. And by songs, what I mean is when you take the production away from it so that there's nothing left but the vocal, just the melody and the lyrics. And does the song hold up when you just have one instrument and a voice? And I'm crazy for that, and there's been a wonderful profession. Some people write their own music, and so sometimes we'll be doing features on artists that are the recording artists of their own songs. Sometimes we'll be doing features, and today is one of them, on professional songwriters who performing is not really their specialty. That's not what they're the best at. But they write unbelievable music, and then other people cut their songs. And that profession's been around in all different genres, going back to the 20s. Going back a long, long way. So we're going to be doing that every week, and sometimes I might have 10 songs to play from a featured artist, and sometimes I might have 3 or 4, but I want to honor great songwriting and great songwriters with this show, and that's what we're going to do, my planned, prepared part, and then we'll just take some requests because you guys have great taste, and you always want to hear great songs by great songwriters as well, and I love to play them, so... Hey, Lino Chad, 79. Thank you for being here. Okay, so what I wanted to share with you today is some music by two guys named Sam Tate and Dave Berg. And they wrote some hit songs together between 2001 and 2008. And I had the privilege of seeing Dave Berg. Now, I've played some of these at this program before, back before I took it over as a kind of a solo venture when Kevin and I were doing it periodically, which, by the way, he's still going to join me periodically. I think he's going to be here next week, tentatively. But I didn't know these stories before, and I didn't know anything about Sam Tate. But I got to see Dave Berg actually in a songwriter symposium at the Bluebird Cafe in Nashville. It was incredible, and he played a few of these songs. And so I'm going to start out with something they wrote that got cut in 2001 by an artist named Mark Wills. And then 2 years later, Reba McEntire picked it up and cut it. And the thing that's interesting is Mark Wills's recording was phenomenal, but they didn't, and he put it on his album, but they decided they didn't release it as a single. So in 2001, they had this song, and they thought, and the powers that be didn't hear hit potential, so they didn't release it for radio as a single. 2 years later, Reba McEntire hears it and thinks, not only is this a great song that I want to sing and record and put on my album, I want to release this thing as a single, and she did, and it hit #1 on the country charts, which just goes to tell you that nobody ever knows anything. We never know what is going to score, and sometimes a song is a great song and it's just not its time yet, and other times, so who knows? But this song is called Somebody, and it's a great example of Dave Berg. I learned Dave Berg is a brilliant musical guy, comes up with great chord progressions and melodies, and Sam Tate makes the joke about himself. He says, I've got 1,000 words and 2 melodies. But he has a wonderful, just an absolutely wonderful syntax. He's a very soulful cowboy from New Mexico. Anyway, so this is a song about not giving up on finding your soulmate, and it's called Somebody. It was a big, big hit for Reba McEntire in 2004, I believe. It was released in December of 2003, written by Dave and Sam. At a diner down on Broadway, they make small talk. She brings his eggs and fills his coffee cup. He jokes about his love life and tells her he's about ready to give up. But that's when she says, I've been there before. Keep looking, 'cause baby, who you're looking for is somebody in the next car, somebody on the morning train, somebody in the coffee shop that you walk right by every day, somebody that you look at, but you never really see. Somewhere out there is somebody. Across town in a crowded elevator, you can't forget the things that a waitress said. He usually reads the paper. Today he reads a stranger's face instead. It's that blue-eyed girl from 2 floors up. Maybe she's the one. Maybe he could fall in love with somebody in the next car, with somebody on the morning train, somebody in the coffee shop that you walk right by every day, somebody that you look at but you never really see. Somewhere out there is somebody. Now they laugh about the moment that it happened, a moment they both missed until that day, when he saw his future in her eyes instead of just another friendly face. He wonders why he searched so long, she was always there at that diner waiting on someone in the next car, somebody on the morning train, somebody in the coffee shop that you walk right by every day, somebody that you look at but you never really see. Well, somewhere out there is, oh, somewhere out there is somebody. Okay. So I love that because that's the first song that they wrote together that was successful. And so they had a #1 hit under their belt now in 2003, and it's a lovely tune. It wasn't especially meaningful that I'm aware of to either of them. It was just, a good idea for a song, and they fleshed it out and put down great words and great melody and scored a hit. But then they had the opportunity to do some stuff that was a little more personally meaningful. And this is what really made me want to feature these guys, and particularly the work of Sam Tate. I don't know if any of you have watched me enough to know this, but I had an aunt that I was close with and that I had an enormous amount of respect and love for. Her name's Connie. She's my dad's sister. And Connie was a combat nurse in Vietnam at a full-service hospital in Saigon in the late 60s. And she came back from that war very damaged in many ways. Physically, she had Agent Orange. She had physical health problems for the rest of her life, developed COPD and some other problems. But also, as you would be, because not only was the hospital shelled fairly often, and they would have to get underneath hospital bed mattresses in fear that the ceiling was going to come down, but what she saw was just so traumatic. The people with their arms blown off, and the number of soldiers that they just had to pronounce dead. It was really something that no one should ever have to go through, but so many people have. And when she came home, she would not. I mean, she told me she believed that she was already an alcoholic before she went to the war. But I can tell you that the need to drown out memories from that experience did not help. And she had a drinking problem, and certainly was very haunted by what she had lived through. And she had to find her coping mechanisms. One of them was she went through AA, and one of them and got sober. And another was that for her, she surrounded herself with dogs and cats, because there was something about the presence of those animals. They didn't need her to explain herself. They didn't care what she had been through. They didn't anything like that. It was just love. They didn't need anything in return but love, and they didn't have all of the baggage that other humans had. And so she had 9 cats the rest of her life, and we make jokes about cat ladies, but I'll tell you what, she had 9 cats and usually 2 dogs the rest of her life, and she gave homes to a lot of critters. She would specifically go and say, which ones are people not adopting? Okay, I'll take those. So she'd take older animals, and she'd take animals with health challenges, and she would take the ones that might have to be put down if they hadn't been adopted. And so to me, she was a hero for it, even though a lot of people make a lot of jokes about it. And so when I think about that, when I heard the story behind this next song, I was very moved, because it made me think of Connie, because what happened was Sam Tate has been a lifelong fly fisherman. He was a fishing guide as a kid. And he made friends with a fellow that is kind of famous in the fishing world named Bob Clouser. And Bob Clouser's invented flies and written some books. And anyway, they'd fished in a lot of places together, and one day Bob asked him, he said, what do you do for a living, man? You know? And he said, well, I'm a songwriter. And he goes, well, have you ever written anything that I might know? And he said, no, but I did just write this song. And what happened was that he had gone fly fishing one morning, and he had this experience where somebody was at the river in the spot that he wanted to be in, which was a real bummer, because the unwritten rule among flyer fishermen apparently is you do not encroach on each other's space. So it takes a lot of space to fish. So he had to go on down the bank a ways. And he wrote a short story about what happened, and it was a true story. And Dave Berg, his songwriting partner, saw this short story, which had gotten published in some magazine. He read it, and he goes, my God, man, why aren't we writing this as a song? And he said, I don't know. I hadn't thought about it. And he said, this is a killer song. We got to write it. And so they finished writing this song, and the fellow that was at the river was a veteran, fresh back from Iraq, with fresh scars on his face. And so he said, I think you'll like this song, Bob. And he sent the demo to Bob Clouser. And Bob Clouser went to Las Vegas for a trade show, a big tackle show. And he calls Sam up and he says, you have got to get on the phone with this group of people I just shared your song with. And it was the president of an organization called Project Healing Waters. And it's an organization that takes combat veterans fishing, fly fishing, as a way to cope with their post-traumatic stress disorder and to help them with their physical injuries. It started out as it was a hand coordination. It was at Walter Reed Hospital. So they would teach people who'd had an arm amputated how to tie a fly with one hand. And then they were taking folks, ambulatory folks that had been relegated to a wheelchair, and they were teaching them how to build upper body strength by teaching them how to cast a line. And they taught them how to build fishing rods. And these soldiers said to the guys at Walter Reed, they were like, so you taught us how to build a rod and how to cast, and you taught us how to tie flies. Take us fishing. And so they started organizing fishing trips for these veterans, and the organization now is an award-winning organization that's got chapters in all 50 states. And they organize fishing trips for veterans to as a way for them to cope with the stress and the PTSD from what they've been through. And it's an amazing organization. And they heard this song and they said, my God, you wrote our story and you didn't even know about us. Can we use this song in our marketing materials? And he was like, I'm in. And so, and then this led to the other songs I'm going to play for you today. But the song eventually was recorded by Rodney Adkins. And it was not a hit song, but it's a very meaningful song because of its association with Project Healing Waters. And Sam got to perform this song at the White House in 2008 with Rodney Adkins. So I want to play this for you because even though Connie's way of coping was cats and dogs, she also loved to fish. And this song talks about the river and how the river is the coping, the healing mechanism. And it just made me think of her. So I wanted to share this with you guys. Comes awfully early, and I was dead on my feet. But if you're gonna catch the biggest fish, you gotta lose a little sleep. I packed my gear and a couple beers, and I headed for my favorite spot. And cursed my luck when I saw his truck right where I pulled off. I was hoping to have the river to myself that day. 'Cause the river don't talk, the river don't care where you've been and what you've done, and why it is you're standing there. Just rolls on by, whispering to your soul, it's gonna be alright. The river just knows. The sun bounced off the water, I could hardly make him out, but I could see that he had a fish on, a big old rainbow trout. And the fight went on forever as they headed down my way. I saw his military haircut and the new scars on his face. Right then I knew what brought him to this place. No, the river don't talk, the river don't care where you've been and what you've done, and why it is you're standing there. Just rolls on by, whispering to your soul, it's gonna be alright, 'cause the river just knows. He held that fish down in the water and he coaxed it back to life. He said, I'll help you get your wind back, 'cause you helped me get mine. All I could think to say was welcome home. I think that river said it best on its own. You know the river don't talk, the river don't care where you've been and what you've done, and why it is you're standing there. Just rolls on by, whispering to your soul, it's gonna be alright. The river just knows. Rolls on by, whispering to your soul, it's gonna be alright. So I was very moved by that song and the story behind it. And then it turns out that because he started working with Project Healing Waters, Sam got to go on a whole bunch of these fishing trips with wounded veterans. And on one of the trips, he met a group of guys, and he saw there was one fellow that was off by himself. And he said, hey guys, what's the deal? Why is he off by himself? And they said, well, that's Travis. They said, Travis is kind of a loner. He doesn't talk very good. He got shot through the throat. So Sam went over and he sat down next to Travis and he said, hey, I'm Sam Tate. I hear you're the famous Travis. And Travis said, you know, and I mean no disrespect. I'm recounting the story the way Sam tells it. He says, yeah, I'm sorry, I don't talk very good. And Sam said, well, that's all right, my friend. I don't talk very good either after a couple beers, so why don't we get drunk together and we'll mumble together all night long. And anyway, he spent the next 2 days with Travis sitting in a boat, sitting on the banks, and they fished together and they visited. And Travis, there's no way he should have survived. He got shot a couple of times, and he laid himself down in front of his squad, and he said, guys, get the hell out of here. I'm going to die anyway. Let the bullets hit me. And somehow he survived and got home. And at the end of this experience, Dave said, you know, Travis, I really like you, and if you ever need anything, you ever need a friend, whatever, here's my number. You call me any time of day. I don't care if it's 3 a.m. I'm here for you. And he said, and Travis, it's going to be all right, man. It's going to be all right. And Travis looked at him and he said, the last thing he said before he left from that trip was, yeah, I know, Sam. I've had my moments. And Sam ran with that idea and said, I've had my moments. And he came up with a story of redemption. And the character, one of the main characters, is a homeless veteran who is really, really struggling in life, but has an enormous victory helping a young man who's about to end his own life. And anyway, this was cut by Emerson Drive, and he brought that idea to Dave Berg, and they sat down together and fleshed it out into one of my favorite songs of all time. And I saw Dave Berg perform this at the Bluebird that night and was completely mesmerized. And so I'm going to play it for you tonight. It's called Moments. It was a #1 hit for Emerson Drive, and I think one of the best songs written so far in the 21st century. And it was inspired by Travis. I'm going to bring the words up, though, because I don't want to screw this up. I was coming to the end of a long, long walk when a man crawled out of a cardboard box under the East Street Bridge, followed me onto it, and I went out halfway across with that homeless shadow tagging along, so I dug for some change. I wouldn't need it anyway. He took it looking just a bit ashamed. He said, you know, I haven't always been this way. I've had my moments, days in the sun, moments I was second to none, moments when I knew I'd done what I thought I couldn't do, like that plane ride I've had my moments. Stood there trying to find my nerve, wondering if a single soul on earth would care at all, would miss me when I'm gone. That old man just kept hanging around, looking at me, looking down. I think he recognized that look in my eyes. Standing with him there, I felt ashamed. I said, you know, I haven't always been this way. I've had my moments, days in the sun, moments I was second to none, moments when I knew I'd done what I thought I couldn't do. Like that day I walked away from the wine for a woman who became my wife, and a love that, when she was mine, could always see me through. Looking at me now, you might not know it, but I've had my moments. Well, I know somewhere around a trash can fire tonight, that old man tells his story one more time. And he says, I've had my moments, days in the sun, moments I was second to none, moments when I knew I'd done what I thought I couldn't do. Like that cold night on the East Street Bridge when a young man almost ended it, but I was right there, wasn't scared a bit. I helped to bring him through. Looking at me now, you might not know it. Oh, looking at me now, you might not know it. But I've had my moments. So, anyway, those songs had me thinking about my Aunt Connie because she needed something like the river to heal. And when she found her way through her alcoholism, she became, without us really knowing about it, she became one of the most influential members of the AA community in the places that she lived, and she sponsored dozens and dozens of women and gave a lot of women who were holding on to their life by a thread a place to stay and guidance. And a lot of people are alive and getting a second break in life because of her. So she helped a lot of people find their moments. And so for these guys to have written those songs was really meaningful to me. And then finally, after they'd had some success with all of that, Dave Berg showed up one day and he says to Sam, he says, hey, have you ever heard the phrase, if you're going through hell, keep on going? And Sam Tate, who's older than Dave Berg, says, yeah, it's pretty famous. Winston Churchill said it back during World War II. And he said, well, I think that'd be a great song, don't you? And he said, yeah, we could do something with that. And then Sam came up with this idea. He said, you know, there's a Scottish toast that says, may you be in heaven 10 minutes before or it says, may you be in heaven 10 minutes before the devil knows you're gone. He said, what if we added that to it? And then Dave Berg said, what if we just said, before the devil knows you're there? And they got cranking on this very upbeat, uplifting song based on that old Winston Churchill quote and adding in a little piece of that Scottish toast. And it also hit number one for Rodney Adkins in 2007. And I also got to see Dave Berg play this at the Bluebird. And anyway, this one just makes me feel good. And after I get done with this is all I wanted to talk about tonight. And then I'm going to entertain your requests. But it's called, If You're Going Through Hell, Keep On Going. You know those times when you feel like there's a sign there on your back. Says I don't mind if you kick me, seems like everybody has. Things go from bad to worse, you think they can't get worse than that, then they do. Step off the straight and narrow and you don't know where you are. Use the needle of your compass to sew up your broken heart. Ask directions from a genie and a bottle of Jim Beam. She lies to you. When you learn the truth, you're going through hell. Keep on going, don't slow down. You're scared, don't show it, you might get out. For the devil even knows you're there. Been deep down in that darkness, I've been down to my last match. Felt 100 different demons breathing fire down my back. I knew that if I stumbled, I'd fall right into the trap that they were laying. But the good news is there's angels everywhere out on the street, holding out a hand to pull you back up on your feet. The ones that you've been dragging for so long you're on your knees, you might as well be praying. Guess what I'm saying? So you're going through hell, keep on going, don't slow down. You're scared, don't show it, you might get out, for the devil even knows you're there. If you're going through hell, keep on moving, face that fire, walk right through it, you might get out, for the devil even knows you're there. All right. Beg your pardon. I'm still recovering from kind of an ugly flu. Okay, let's see here. In Australia, it's this beautiful song and story. Our Anzac Day is tomorrow, where we honor and remember our veterans, in particular the First World War. But we remember everyone that served as part of the day. Yeah, that's like our Memorial Day. Very nice. That's coming up in May for us in the United States. All right, folks. If you have any requests, let me know. I'm happy to entertain them, but thank you for giving me a little bit of space to tell these stories and share these songs. They mean a lot to me. There's nothing that would thrill me more than to write a song that got heard by a lot of people and that brought some joy or comfort or relief or inspiration to somebody. That's what I'm in this for. One laugh and one look. Oh my goodness. Brett wants to hear one of my songs. Thank you. Yeah, well, I'll be happy to do that. Hi, Rob. Says, can you play something by the Turtles or the Hollies? I'll see what I can come up with here. Let's try this one for Thomas by Queen. This could be a little challenging. Let me find a key here for this. Okay. Probably here. Can anybody find me somebody to love? This is my favorite song by Queen, by the way. Each morning I get up and dine, can't barely stand on my feet. Take a look at yourself in the mirror and cry. Oh, I've spent all my years in believing you. I just can't get no relief. Lord, somebody, can anybody find me somebody to love? I work hard every day of my life, work till I ache in my bones. At the end, I take home my hard-earned pay, all on my own. I go down on my knees, start to pray. Start to pray till the tears run out of my eyes. Lord, somebody, can anybody find me somebody to love? somebody, somebody. Can anybody find me somebody to love? Got no feel, got no rhythm. I just keep losing my beat. I'm okay, I'm alright. Ain't gonna face no defeat. Oh, I just gotta get out of this prison cell. One day I'm gonna be free, Lord. Find me somebody to love. 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 Somebody, 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 somebody to love. Find me, find me, find me, find me. Someone find me somebody to love. Anybody find me somebody to love. Excuse me. Love. All right, that's difficult to do without the backing vocals and of course the lyrics have like no natural cadence to them whatsoever. Good tune though. Thanks, Thomas. All right, Ruth mentioned this song earlier when I was playing Duncan Sheik. And it's such a good tune, I think we should probably try it. What else came in here while I'm at it? All right, Beatles medley. Hey, Ted, good to have you with us. Thank you. How many songs have I written? Let's see. At this point, well, let's start with what I've actually, like recorded commercially in some way. So I put 10 on the first album, and I put 12 on the next two. So that's 24, 34, and then I put 5 on my EP, so that's 39, and then I did a couple of singles there, that's 41, and then another single. So I think I've released like 42 total on actual records of some sort. And then I'd say there's probably another 30 or 40 sitting around with mothballs on them that either I don't think are that good, or that I haven't gotten around, or maybe I'm still in the process of writing or whatever. But that's something I want to get a little more serious about as I get older here. As I'm running out of time, I feel like that's I'm not running out of time, but now that I'm on the back nine of my life now, I'm just starting the turn, and I'm wanting to make sure that I make it count, and I think songwriting is going to be an important part of that for me. So thank you for the question. Would love you to play anything that you think is a nice piano song to learn to play and sing for a beginner to intermediate to learn to get better at playing and singing. Okay. Keep the Fire Burning by REO Speedwagon. You know, I don't know that one. I know some other REO songs. Are you really, really attached to that song, or could I play something else by REO Speedwagon for you? Let me know. Or if you have a different request. But I'm not familiar with that one by title. Okay, let's try this U2 song that Ruth brought up. Just making sure I'm in the right key for me. Right, okay, so I can't remember exactly when, but I think this was about 90, 91, maybe 92 by U2. Great song. Is it getting better? Or do you feel the same? Will it make it easier on you now? You got someone to blame. You say, one love, one life, when it's one need. One love, we get to sharing. It leaves you, baby, you don't care for it. Did I disappoint you? Leave a bad taste in your mouth. You act like you never had love. You want me to go without. Well, it's too late tonight to drag the past out into the light. We're not the same. We get to carry each other. Whoa. Have you come here for forgiveness? Have you come to raise the dead? Have you come here to play Jesus to the lepers in your head? Did I ask too much? More than a lot. You gave me nothing, now it's all I got. We're one, but we're not the same. Well, we hurt each other, then we do it again. You say love is Thanks for the reminder about that song, Ruth. Hi, Racy, or Race. I'm not sure if it's Race or Racy. This is a really old one, actually. It's called the Piano Vel. It was from Baldwin. I bought it in 2001. It's semi-weighted keys, so I love how it feels. It's got enough action that I don't make tons of mistakes on it, but it's not quite so heavy under my fingers. It's 88 key. Has very, very few voices on it. This has not got a lot of bells and whistles. It's got a grand piano, and it's got a really good Fender Rhodes. And it actually has a phaser effect. Which I use sometimes. And it's got an FM piano. And I like to mix the Fender Rhodes with that because it's basically the FM piano is a version of a Fender Rhodes. Different settings that you would put on that would sometimes create either more of a tiny, like a chime almost, and versus a rounder sound. And so I like to mix the two of them together. So that's my preferred electric piano voice that I use here. And then it's got like harpsichord. It's got other stuff that I never use, but just basically like 6 or 7 voices on it. And then this one effect. And then I run it into, back behind me here, you might see this guy. This is an AW16G from Yamaha. It's a digital recording station, a 16-track hard disk recorder. And I just use that as like a mixing board. And I do run... I run it through an EQ curve that's designed for piano, that's sort of set by factory settings on that. And of course, I'm sure that this was EQ'd from the factory as well. But I run it through that, and then I run it through a compression setting, through a dynamics setting on there as well, just to help keep the tone a little more steady. And I put just the teensiest bit of reverb on it. So I run it through a little bit of bells and whistles, but it's not terribly different from how it sounds just on board right out of the chute. So there you go. Okay, thanks, Race. I appreciate you giving me the correct pronunciation because I want to say people's names right. Okay, let's do some REO Speedwagon here for PP Say here. Okay, let me think here. I've got good ones I can choose from. I'm going to do my favorite REO Speedwagon song. This is from like 1982, I think. Let me see here. Heard it from a friend who heard it from a friend who heard it from another. You've been messing around. You say you got a boyfriend. You're out late every weekend. They're talking about you and it's bringing me down. I know the neighborhood. Talk is cheap when the stories are good, and the tales grow taller on down the line. But I'm telling you, babe, that I don't think it's true, babe. And even if it is, keep this in mind. You take it. You're under the gun, so you take it on the run. You're cooking up your white lies. You're putting on your bedroom eyes. You say you're coming home, but you won't say when. There we go. Sorry about that. I won't say when, but I can feel it coming. If you need a night, keep running. May you need never looking back again. Take it on the run, baby. If that's the way you want it, baby, then I don't want you around. I don't believe it, and I far I mean it. You're under the gun, so you take it on the run. Take it on the run, baby. That's the way you want it, baby. And I don't want you around. I don't believe it, and not for a minute. Under the gun, so you take it on the run, yeah, yeah. Take it on the run, baby. That's the way you want it, baby. And I don't want you around. I don't believe it, not for a minute. You're under the gun, you take it on the road. Heard it from a friend who heard it from a friend who heard it from another. You've been messing around. All right, Summer Highland Falls, request from Leonardo Macedo. All right. You are darn right they do, man. You got to feel something. Hey, thanks, Sean. Appreciate it. Okay, let's see. What else is in here? Let's do one of my songs here for our friend Brett Alsop. Let me find the lyrics to it quick, because of course I do not know the words to my own songs. Okay, so this song, a lot of you probably already know this story, so I'm probably boring you with it, but 2017, I was on a sojourn of sorts. My dog had just died, and I was kind of trying to recoup from that. That was a tough one. And I thought, I need to play a show. I need like a real show, not just a gig, but like I want to play a concert somewhere. And so I looked to where I came from, which is Kearney, Nebraska, and I asked if I could do a program at a place called the World Theater. And we set it up. I rented the theater and sold about 100 tickets. And so I was driving out that way to go do this show. And on my way, I stopped in Estes Park, Colorado, and visited a friend of mine, long-time friend of mine. And he said, we should go to this, there's a place in town here that's got amazing pie. That's just kind of a nice little cafe, so we'll go have dinner and then we can have pie and ice cream afterwards. I said, okay, sure. It's called You Need Pie. That's the name of the restaurant. And so we went, and they hire a lot of international kids that come through to work for a summer, and a lot of college kids and such. And there's a young woman waited on us who was just adorable. Her name's Maria. I won't give you her last name, but her first name was Maria, and she was so fun. And she's from Russia. We had a really good time bantering back and forth. And anyway, we became friends, stayed in touch, and I got this idea that it would make a great song if you met someone, kind of fell in love that way, but then you were apart and you had to have your love affair largely over like social media. And with the hope that one day you'll get to be together in person. And that's, so I wrote this, that's kind of the story behind the whole thing. It was inspired by Maria, but we were never that. She's just a friend. And, but what I remembered was she laughed at one of my jokes, which is always the fastest way to my heart. And she gave me she gave me a look after I made this joke that melted me like butter. And so I thought, one laugh and one look. And that's how, fell for you. Now you have to go back to your place of origin, and we're going to have to like have this romance over social media. And that's how I ended up with this song. And I think it's one of the better ones that I've written. It's called One Laugh and One Look, and I put it out on an EP that's called Expansion in 2022. So it took a while before we actually got it recorded. Still don't know I went to that pie shop. It's more my style to go to an IHOP, but I had the urge. It couldn't be denied. Wasn't looking for love again. At most I was out for one night stands. Couldn't face the thought of even more tears cried. She walked out from that back corner and came my way to take my order. When you looked at me, I was whole again. All it took was one laugh and one look from you, and my heart was back in business. All you did was smile, and I was hooked on you, just like a kid at Christmas. Wasn't that much, just my whole world you shook, with one laugh and one look. You smiled and giggled at me so sweetly, and I was afraid I might lose you completely when you said that you that I'd met someone special. I knew that I'd be so regretful if we never met again. That's when I got the notion to ask if we could keep in touch. You said you'd like that very much. It filled my heart with joy, and I knew we'd find a way. All it took was one laugh and one look from you, and my heart was back in business. All you did was smile, and I was hooked on you, just like a kid at Christmas. Wasn't that much, just my whole world was shook with one laugh and one look. Took a couple of years of Instagramming, talking to each other by Facebook chatting, before we had the chance to hold each other close. It was hard, but it was worth the wait. I was falling more in love with you every day. And now that you're here, I'll never let you go. All it took was one laugh and one look from you. In my heart, excuse me, stupid flu. And my heart was back in business. All you did was smile, and I was hooked on you, just like a kid at Christmas. Wasn't that much, just my whole world was shook. I can't believe how quickly I got hooked. It might sound crazy, but I swear that all it took was one laugh and one look. One laugh, one look. But that's all it took to get me hooked. One laugh, one look. Hey. My whole world is shook. I can't believe how quickly I was hooked. It might sound crazy, but I swear that all it took was one laugh and one look. Thanks, Brett. Hey, thanks. I appreciate that, Sean. Hey, hey. What's up? Sea Soldier. Thanks, Eric. Appreciate that. Let's see, something by the Turtles or the Hollies. I think my favorite Turtles song is this one. I don't think I've ever tried to play this before, so this could go very badly wrong, but I want to do this for our friend Rob Castelli. Probably should take that down a half step. Okay, well, we'll see how this goes. Imagine me and you, I do. I think about you day and night. It's only right to think about the girl you love and hold her tight. So happy together. If I should call you up, invest a dime, and you say you belong to me, and ease my mind, imagine how the world could be so very fine, so happy together. I can't see me loving nobody but you for all my life. When you're with me, baby, the skies will be blue for all my life. Me and you and me, no matter how they toss the dice, it had to be. The only one for me is you, and you for me, so happy together. I can't see me loving nobody but you for all my life. When you're with me, baby, the skies will be blue for all my life. Me and you and me, no matter how they toss the dice, it had to be. The only one for me is you, and you for me, so happy together. Me and you for me, no matter how they toss the dice, it had to be. The only one for me is you, and you for me, so happy together. Happy together. Happy together. Ba 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 ba. Best I can do on short notice there, Rob. Okay, let's see here. What do I think is a nice piano song to learn to play and sing for a beginner to intermediate to learn to get better at playing and singing? Okay, I'm going to do one of these for you, but I'm going to make it part of the medley that I do for Ted, so it'll be a little bit later. I'm going to do Summer Highland Falls now for our friend Leonardo. This is also the favorite song. Hey, Bill, how we doing? Hey, Matt, how we doing? You know, I want to spend some more time in Nashville. Even if I never get anything cut, I think it would just be really fun to go spend some time around that writing community and just make friends and be part of the whole scene there. Okay. So this is for Leonardo, and it's also for my friend Allie, who I know is watching. This is her favorite song in the world by any artist. Say the days are not the best of times, but they're the only times I've ever known. And I believe there is a time for meditation in the cathedrals of our own. Now I have seen the sad surrender in my lover's eyes, and I can only stand apart and sympathize. We are always what our situations hand us, either sadness or euphoria. Some will argue and will compromise and realize that nothing's ever changed. All our mutual experience, our separate conclusions are the same. Now we are forced to recognize our inhumanity. A reason coexists with our insanity. And we choose between reality and madness, through the sadness or euphoria. How thoughtlessly we dissipate our energies. Perhaps we don't fulfill each other's fantasies, and we stand upon the ledges of our lives with our respective similarities. It's either sadness or euphoria. Whoa. Okay. Anybody else have anything that you want to hear? Because we got time. Got time for a couple more. I'm going to end with a Beatles medley for Ted, but happy to try to squeeze in one or two more before I start that one. I guess Thomas asked for this one. I've never tried this before, so this could be interesting. Okay, this is probably the right key. Again, I've never tried this before. This is a big hit from 1980. I think 83 was when this was a single. It was a #1 hit by Michael Jackson off of the sort of like epic Thriller album. And I've never really thought about how to do it on piano, so you will be witnessing me using the Piano Man approach song learning formula in real time here. Unsurprisingly, it's pretty much the old Heartbeat feel. For those of you who are my piano students, I'm just going to do some chops here. Okay, we'll see how this goes. Don't you ever come around here. Don't wanna see your face, you better disappear. The fire's in their eyes and their words are really clear. So beat it, just beat it. You better run, you better do what you can. Don't wanna see no blood, don't be a macho man. You wanna be tough, better do what you can. So beat it. You wanna be bad, just beat it. Beat it. No one wants to be defeated. Show them how funky strong is your fight. It doesn't matter who's wrong or right. Just beat it. Beat it. Just beat it. Just beat it. Beat it. They're out to get you, better leave while you can. You wanna be a boy, you wanna be a man. You wanna stay alive, better do what you can. So beat it. You have to show them that you're really not scared. Playing with your life, this ain't no truth or dare. They'll kick you and they beat you and they'll tell you it's fair. Then beat it. But you wanna be bad. Beat it. Beat it. No one wants to be defeated. Show them how funky long is your fight. It doesn't matter who's wrong or right. Just beat it. No one wants to be defeated. All right. Woo. Saved by the syncopated feel once again. Scenes from an Italian restaurant. Nice. Hey, Nicholas, thank you very much. I am not familiar, but I will look him up now that I know his name. Thank you. Okay, Captain Jack. Nice. Thanks, Matt. I appreciate that. That's awesome. Found this stream at random. Not bad, sir. Well, thank you, Lord. I appreciate that. Okay. Starting to run out of runway here for everything. May not get to everything. I was going to launch this tonight, but I realized just before the stream that I have a couple other things that have to be done before I can actually guide you to a link. So, but I will be launching a Patreon for my performance material this weekend, and looking forward to building a little community there. We're going to have some special material available just for the Patreon community, and so we'll be talking more about that, but I'm just softening the ground, letting you guys know that it's coming. These Wednesday shows will be an important part of the Patreon mix. Okay. Well, let's do this one. A bottle of white, a bottle of red, perhaps a bottle of rosé instead. We'll get a table near the streets in our own familiar place, you and I, face to face. A bottle of red, a bottle of white, it all depends upon your appetite. I'll meet you anytime you want in our Italian restaurant. Office, I got a new life, got a new wife, family's fine. We lost touch long ago, we lost weight, I did not know you could ever look so nice after so much time. You remember those days hanging out at the village green, engineer boots, leather jackets, and time blue jeans, drop a dime in a box, play a song about New Orleans. Cold beer, hot lights, my sweet romantic teenage nights. Yeah, 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 yeah. Barbie, the daddies, and the king and the queen and the prom. Riding around with the car knocked down and the radio on. Nobody looked any finer. There's more of a heat in the Parkway diner. No, we never knew we could bump up and out of the light. Surely Brenda and Eddie would always know how to survive. Whoa, 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 whoa. Brenda and Eddie were still going steady in the summer of '75 when they decided to marry to be at the end of July. Everyone said they were crazy. Brenda, you know that you're much too lazy, and Eddie can never afford to live that kind of life. Oh, but there we were waving Brenda and Eddie goodbye. Oh, oh, oh. Well, they got an apartment with deep brown carpets and a couple of painted cheese. They wanted a man that they bought with the bread they'd saved for a couple of years. Started to buy when the money got tight. Just didn't count on the days. Oh, oh, oh. So let it rock and roll. But it's all the same in the end. They got a divorce as a matter of course, and they're part of the closest of friends. And the king and the queen went back to the green, but you can never go back there again. Oh, 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 oh. Brenda and Eddie had it already by the summer of '75. Out of the Lord at the end of the show for the rest of their lives. Couldn't go back to the greasers. Best they could do is pick up the pieces. I mean, you went through, they were both on a way to get by. Oh, and that's all I heard about Brenda and Eddie. Can't tell you more because I told you already. Here we are waving Brenda and Eddie goodbye. Whoa, 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 whoa. Bottle of red, a bottle of white. Whatever kind of mood you're in tonight, meet you anytime you want in our Italian restaurant. Thank you, Maddie. Appreciate you joining in. Okay. Our friend Ted has asked me to make up a Beatles medley on the fly, and I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to wrap in the last song that I play in this medley will be an example of something that is a good one for a beginning to intermediate piano player to work on to build his skills as a player and singer. Let me see here. Love me do, oh, love me do. Someone to love, someone like you. Someone to love, someone like you. Last night I said these words to my girl. I know you never even try, girl. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Please, please me, oh yeah, like I please you. You don't need me to show the way, love. I know you never have to say love. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Please, please me, oh yeah, my God, please, please me, oh yeah, my God, please, please me, oh yeah, my God, please you. Oh yeah, I'll tell you something I think you'll understand. When I feel that something, I wanna hold your hand. 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 I give her all my love. That's all I do. And if you saw my love, you'd love her too. And I love her. Close your eyes and I'll kiss you. Tomorrow I'll miss you. Remember, I'll always be true. And then while I'm away, I'll ride home every day, and I'll send all my loving to you. It's been a hard day's night. I've been working like a hard day's night. Should be sleeping like a log. Why on earth should I moan when I get you alone? You know I feel alright. Feel alright. Feel alright. Yesterday, all my troubles seem so far away. Now it looks as though they're here to stay. I believe in yesterday. Suddenly, I'm not half the man I used to be. There's a shadow hanging over me. Yesterday came suddenly. As a girl, what she wanted to be, she said, baby, can't you see? I wanna be famous, star on the screen. You can do something in between. Baby, you can drive my car. Yes, I'm gonna be a star. Baby, you can drive my car. Baby, I love you. Beep, 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 yeah. Beep, 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 yeah. Beep, 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 yeah. I look at all the lonely people. I look at all the lonely people. Eleanor Rigby died in the church and was buried along with her name. Nobody came. Father Mackenzie wiping the dirt from his hands as he walks from the grave. No one was saved. All the lonely people. Where do they all come from? All the lonely people. Where do they all belong? Picture yourself on a boat on a river with tangerine trees and marmalade skies. Suddenly someone is there at the turnstile, girl with kaleidoscope eyes. Cellophane flowers of yellow and green towering over your head. Look for the girl take me to your daddy's farm. Let me hear your ballad rockers ringing out. Come and keep your comrade warm. Back in the U.S. hands on. Don't know how lucky you are, boys. Back in the U.S., back in the U.S., back in the USSR. Come on, flat top, he come grooving up slowly. He won Walrus Gumbo, he won Spinal Cracker. He got feet down, low his knees. One thing else, got to be good looking. You can feel his disease come together right now over me. Something in the way she moves attracts me like no other lover. Something in the way she moves me. Don't wanna leave her now. You know I believe in how. You're asking me, will my love grow? I don't know, I don't know. Stick around, it may show. I don't know, I don't know. Something in the way she knows. All I have to do is think of her. Something in the way she shows me. Don't wanna leave her now. You know I believe in how. This, in my opinion, is the best song for a beginner, intermediate player to work on to get better at playing and singing if you already know your chords. When I find myself in times of trouble, Mother Mary comes to me, speaking words of wisdom, let it be. And in my hour of darkness, she is standing right in front of me, speaking words of wisdom, let it be. Let it be, let it be. Let it be, let it be. Whisper words of wisdom, let it be. Let it be, let it be, let it be, yeah, let it be. Whisper words of wisdom, let it be. thank you. Thank you so much, everybody. I appreciate you tuning in, regardless of when you tuned in. I had fun. I really appreciate the chance to share my thoughts around the music of Sam Tate and Dave Berg earlier, and to share some stories and how those songs are meaningful to me personally, and the origin stories that came with them. I think they're pretty special pieces of music. So I'm going to get out of here for now. I'll be back next Wednesday with another songwriter feature and, of course, some more requests. And, of course, Sunday, we'll be doing the normal Sunday Fun Day. Just show up and see what you all want to hear. So always trying to stay active on the channel. Thank you very much for giving me someone to play for. I will see you on the next one. And remember, if you're not having fun when you're making music, you're doing it wrong. Give as much love as you can to as many people as you can, as often as you can, guys. We don't know when the ride comes to an end. Leave it on the field. Don't have any regrets. Love you guys. See you on the next one.